I'm Jeff Fitzgerald from Agile 2015 here in National Harbor, Maryland. And I'm joined now by Jason Tanner of Applied Frameworks. Jason, thanks for joining us.
Hey, thank you, Jeff.
So we've been talking about everything Agile, collaboration, certainly with the Every Voice Engaged Foundation. How did you become part of the foundation?
Well, Luke invited me to a innovation games class a long time ago at Cooper Design, and it was a great experience. I was in a class with Alan Cooper and Jeff Patton, Johnny Scarborough, just a group of great people, and I really got excited about innovation games, started using the games a lot in my own Agile practices, and as Luke started the San Jose games, I saw the effectiveness of the games and collaboration in solving really hard budget problems for the city, which got me excited about being a part of this.
We've heard many perspectives on how it can, enhance government decisions and things along those lines. But are the methodologies something that are basically universal and can fit any number of organizational structures?
Yeah, absolutely. I think one of the most common problems I see both in large companies as well as the small companies is how difficult it is for people to find the time to actually communicate effectively, either one-on-one and even harder in groups. So even in a company I'm working with in Atlanta with 65 people, they're on the same floor of the building, I still see challenges for 6 or 7 people to come together and effectively make a decision about what to do next.
Well, when you talk about communication, whether it's one-on-one or in a team, that hits home because with the workloads in the last 5, 10, 15 years, seemingly doubling or tripling, a lot of folks want to basically hide out because they know they're overwhelmed, underwater, that kind of thing, and checking in and milestones begin to be almost off the record, offline, just a little ping here, a little ping there. How do you encourage people to see the benefit of actually proactively seeking communication, learning how to listen, and using some of these techniques?
I think it's being aware of what the actual goal is. I think Jeff Sutherland talked about this yesterday, is like, what is the most important thing? What is our real outcome? And when we phrase things that way with people, it actually brings those things to light. And I think it's also about accountability in organizations, that as much as we want to hide behind being busy, it's important to remember we're all in this together to accomplish some sort of goal. So remembering the shared goal, bringing that to light, and establishing some kind of pattern or rhythm for people to get together and talk and decide and collaborate on what we're going to actually do, that's the key.
So let's talk about Applied Frameworks. What do you do?
So we're a management consulting firm. We focus on the right product at the right time for the right market with the right process. So we're about finding the right framework to fit different contexts and scenarios to get products from concept all the way to delivery and making profit.
What is next for your company?
We're working on 2 things that are real big for us right now. We're creating a product management intensive workshop with David Anderson and Luke. We're doing that in the Bay Area in the fall. And we're also producing a new Certified Scrum Professional program that's going to help people accelerate their achievement of their goal of becoming the next level of certified professional in the Scrum community.
And so if you're speaking to somebody who's new to the Agile movement, the Scrum movement, these things that we're all about here, what would be your advice to somebody just getting involved as to how to really gather as much as they can, as much information, and what 5 cents of advice would you have in terms of collaboration for somebody who's new at this?
I definitely believe a lot in the local user groups. That's where I started my journey, just going out once a month, spending an evening and investing that time to meet people that are right in my hometown. It was fantastic, and by my nature I wanted to be talking about what I was doing, and a time opened up for me to spend 45 minutes sharing what I learned, and in turn that led to new connections, new networks, new book ideas, what to go read, and now compared to then there's so much more on the internet to read that's really useful and valuable. And I think that just starts the journey to conferences like this, Scrum gatherings. I think it's just a little bit of personal initiative. That first monthly meeting just launches people on that path.
That's terrific. Jason, thanks so much for taking time to talk
Thank you.
to us.
Appreciate it, Jeff.
Jason Tanner from Applied Frameworks.
Thank you.